Welcome to the PSR YouTube channel. Hey, I love YouTube. YouTube's awesome. It's awesome. You should become a YouTube creator. Totally. This video will get monetized. Yes.
Whoa, yeah. We're having lots of family fun now. Whoa, yeah. None of these are real guns now. Whoa, yeah. Also got a Patreon, the link is in description. Got some merch too, yeah, you know you wanna get some.
Thank you for being patient. I think we've stroked the algorithm enough for today. The video starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to another episode of PSR. Today we're going to be extra safe, super safe in fact, with our MP5s. We've got this POF MP5, the Pakistani one, and then we've got this Turkish MP5. This is the MP5P, imported by Century Arms, made by MKE in Turkey. This is the MP5K, and this is also super safe, but with something really cool inside. It's a Geisley trigger in here, which is a first in terms of the super safety for me. I've never run one with the Geisley. This is the best trigger you can put in an MP5. I'm just gonna say it. We're gonna talk all about the setups, but first, let's just dump a full mag super safe mode in each of these things. We've got the KCI 20 rounders in here. Cock her back, slap her, put her into super safe, and let her piss. Yep, that Geisley's insane. All right, another KCI 20 rounder. We got some enhancements on this guy. It's maybe polarizing for you traditional MP5 folks, but let's let this one eat. Oh, dick. This is gonna be a fun day. Let's talk about them. Before we get into the rest of the video, I gotta thank the channel sponsor, as always, Aves Engineering. Guys, Aves makes all of the rails that you need for your squirted glizzies, 19, 26, 43, 17. They also have a ton of really great Mac parts, uppers, different configurations, different Cerakote colors. They're great, and Aves is the main supporter of this channel, and they help me keep this thing going. And I would never in a million years use PSR for 10% off your entire order from Aves. Don't ever do it. Thank you to Aves for sponsoring this channel. We're gonna go one by one. We're gonna start with our POF. I'm gonna tell you what I got into it and what we got here. This thing's absolutely torqued. All right, starting off at the front, we've got here the Mojave 9 suppressor from Dead Air. This thing's pretty neat, featuring their Triskelion baffle technology. It has a removable baffle set here, so you can make it shorter, but looking pretty cool in there. That is 3D printed there, guys. I believe it's titanium. You can, I think, run 300 blackout subs out of it. Not really designed for that. This thing is going to be on the front of our POF for most of the video. So this gun is a POF imported from Pakistan. This is the Pakistani Ordnance Factory, not the Patriot Ordnance Factory. It's built on HK tooling. We've got a rail on here that is really sick. This is the Midwest Industries MP5 rail. It kind of acts as sort of like an extension here with the Picatinny rail on the top, making your MP5 normal size kind of look like a little bit of an SD situation with the can tucked inside there. It's got a good diameter to fit the bigger, girthier cans, even though this one's a little bit smaller. B5 system rail covers kind of add some nice little grip there. We've got the Rovivon GL4 Pro laser, both IR and Viz laser, as well as illumination. It's kind of like a Surefire XVL2 clone. And moving back, we've got the HK Parts enhanced charging handle here. Just makes it easier to slap. I'm an enthusiast of HK slapping, if you didn't know. Highly recommend it. I did have to do a little tiny little bit of dremeling to this rail just to make sure that that cleared it. Other than that, it was pretty simple install. Back here, we've got the B&T MP5 mount. I like this mount, works great. Then we've got here the Lead & Steel PB3, the Pandora's box. This is a riser that I got off of Spec Precision. It's a site that sells kind of like knockoff mounts, but I've had really good luck with the ones that I've gotten from that site. This thing is a QD mount, and it has a little hole through there, so I can actually aim with the iron sights as a backup, which is really cool on an MP5. What's up, guys? Given that this is a video about super safeties and MP5s, I have an important announcement that affects everyone that's interested in super safeties. So as you might be aware, Rare Breed and ABC IP have filed lawsuits against pretty much every single distributor of super safeties. Now, the super safety was created by Hoffman Tactical a couple years ago. It is his design that he let everyone have for free. You could sell it, all that stuff. I personally don't believe it infringes on any kind of patents that existed prior. Rare Breed Triggers and ABC IP disagree, and they are suing a ton of super safety manufacturers. This video is sponsored by the GoFundMe to support those manufacturers in fighting the legal battle against a huge entity, which is Rare Breed and ABC IP. So if you guys don't like the idea of Rare Breed having a single monopoly over every single force reset trigger out there, including the super safety, which they did not invent, then donating to the GoFundMe would really help them fight their legal battle. Every single dollar of that money goes towards legal expenses in fighting the good fight against a big corporation that now got a settlement with the government and is going to try to completely wipe out every single small business that is selling anything related to the super safety or FRTs. And if you guys are interested in helping them fight the battle, just $5-10 definitely goes a long way. Go to the link in the description to support their fight against Rare Breed and ABC IP to keep the super safety alive and in the hands of freedom-loving Americans. All right, back to the video. Moving back here, we've got a squirted rear Picatinny section, which I made myself. This is carbon fiber nylon, so I know it's not gonna melt. It works great, has held perfectly on there to hold this Strike Industries single side folding brace. This is the one that comes on the Kuna. It's a really solid, very stiff brace, which I like. That's the kind of the most important thing when it comes to the braces, in my opinion. And now to our final most important part of this thing, and that is the lower. This is a Lee Sporting lower. This is an aluminum lower by Lee Sporting. The really cool thing about this is you can run any AR trigger in the MP5 and it will work, which is awesome. Some triggers like a Geisley do need a little bit of modification. This thing is sick. I've had this on here. I had a binary in it before that, but personally I'm just not much of a fan of binaries. This thing is a little bit better than a binary. Why? Well, we have the Hoffman Tactical Super Safety in here. If you don't know about the super safety, I don't know where you've been for the last 2 years, but it is an active reset safety system, which resets the trigger each time the action is functioning. A single action of the trigger is being pressed as you individually press each shot. Now, it's not going to be really distinguishable from something like a machine gun in terms of the rate of fire. However, we are going to see in slow motion that your finger is actually actuating a single function of the trigger each time a shot goes off, meeting the definition of semi-auto. I know that the ATF absolutely loves these triggers and they want every freedom-loving American to have one. Right, guys? A3 Industries Triad grip. Thought it was a cool grip to put on here. I think the stippling on it is really cool and it does fit my hand quite well. It is a little bit more of a vertical grip though. So that's our MP5, the POF. In my opinion, pretty sweet. That is like a modernized MP5 if I've ever seen one. If you guys got your own MP5s, tell me what you got on them. One important thing with these, I'm not gonna tell you how or anything. This is not an instructional video or anything, but the way that the super safety works is it's got a lever, which each time the bolt cycles, the lever gets pushed back and forward, as well as the safety here, the selector. In order to trip that safety, you need a trip bar. And the trip bar is either a squirted or metal trip bar, which will actuate that lever. In here, we have a trip bar from Z3 Pro, and it is a metal one, which always helps longevity, although the squirted ones can last thousands of rounds. That's our POF. Let's move on to the Century MKE AP5P. So this is my AP5P. It's an MP5K clone. There's been plenty of videos released about this. This is pretty much bone stock. I've got the KCI 20 rounder in here. We've got an SB brace that came with it. Got the Resilient RS9 suppressor on here, which is a great 9mm suppressor. I really love it for sub guns and stuff. And the most important part of this thing, obviously, is the lower, and that is by AS Designs. This is intended to be used with the MP5. It's a very similar design in terms of the metal construction, aluminum, that the Lee Sporting has, except it's got a couple different features on it, which is neat. Super cool, because not only is it a super safe MP5 lower, but it's also a super safe MP5 lower with a Geisley inside, which I have never personally seen, and the trigger pull on this is about as good as you can get for an MP5. It is so damn good. Guys, feel right at home with the Geisley, honestly. It's just such a great trigger. Oh, perfect pull. Got a little bit of travel here to the wall, and then once you hit the wall, it's just instant. So the cool thing about these lowers from AS Designs is that they come completely assembled, and you can get them with the Geisley, which is just really cool. So it's pretty simple as far as getting it in there. And you can see here, they've got the markings. So we've got safe, semi, and super safe on the lower itself, which is really cool. I personally like the MP5K because I can actually, like an AR, actuate that mag release, versus on this guy, it's a little bit further away. You can do it, you can totally do it. It's just a little bit further away than what you'd have on like an AR. This, since it's a smaller lower, different lower than the full-size MP5, it's really easy to take that mag out with the mag release. So pretty damn sweet, guys. And that is the AS Designs lower. I cannot wait to shoot these things, guys. Let's get to shooting some super safe MP5s. Guys, I've got like 400 something rounds loaded in all of the MP5 mags that I have for this video, and this is a first on the channel. We have an ammo sponsor, and that is Global Ordnance. We do have some subsonic rounds, but it's going to be majority Igman 124 grain from Global Ordnance. So I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Global Ordnance for providing the ammo used in this video. Go check them out. Alrighty, let's start with the POF. We got an Overwatch Precision Polymer MP5 mag, which fits in there nice and snug. Let's just do some semi-auto, normal, non-super safe shots first. Adding an AR trigger to your MP5 is honestly one of the best upgrades you can do to it. The AR trigger is just miles better than the stock MP5. The AR trigger just beats it in every way. Let's shoot it. Oh, it's so nice. Dick. Such a smooth shooting gun. I just love the MP5 so much. All right, we're gonna move it into the middle position because this is a cross bolt safety. The middle position is super safe mode. Just gonna do a little burst here. And we are done. The cyclic rate, it's pretty fast, but it's not too fast. With the MP5K, we'll try it unsuppressed versus suppressed just to see the cyclic rate difference. But let's keep her in super safe and let her eat. God damn, that is beautiful. And you can feel every single shot that you're pulling. It is a kind of like a vibration feeling. So you are feeling the trigger pull. And we're gonna shoot some slow motion footage showing that, because I think that's kind of important to see on video how the trigger works. Let's shoot the MP5K now again. And this is what I was talking about with that mag release. It's just easy, really easy. All right, slap a couple semi-autos with the Geisley. Oh, so nice. See how fast I can go with it. It's beautiful. The MP5, you do need to upgrade the lifter in it. At least the MP5K. This was a lifter that Z3 Pro sent me. Can't remember, I think it's an 80-degree lifter. That will help the suppressed MP5K shoot properly. Let her eat the full thing. Oh, dick, knock the target over. Whoops. Oh man. All right, now I want to show you guys what it looks like in slow motion on the MP5, at least, the super safety, moving each time you pull the trigger. It's gonna be more visible, I think, with the mil-spec trigger because it is traveling a bit more, but I want to try it on the Geisley too with MP5K. So we're gonna do like 5 shots here and we're gonna watch it in slow motion. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Let's check that out in slow-mo. Alright, so as you can see on video there, the trigger, every time the shot was fired, a single function of the trigger happened. I was not holding it all the way back and staying there. It was moving and doing the super safe thing, which is cool to see in slow motion, 960 frames a second. So pull trigger, reset, pull trigger, reset, pull trigger. You saw in the video. Let's try it with the Geisley because I'm really curious because it's a lot less travel. Let's see what that looks like in super safe mode. All right, now we got our MP5K with the AS Designs lower and the Geisley in here. Let's do our, I don't know, 5 shots or so, see what it looks like on slow motion. I'm really curious with the Geisley trigger, how much travel or lack of travel there will be with this super safe Geisley. All right, let's do it. Oh yeah, let's look at it in video in slow motion. Oh dick. As you saw in the video, guys, the Geisley trigger, you can definitely still see that every shot I am pulling the trigger, even with the Geisley and the shorter travel and the really crisp reset that's in that trigger, it still is very apparent that it is a single function of the trigger each time you pull the trigger, which meets the definition of a semi-automatic firearm as per the ATF. This thing is super, super sick on super safe. Love it. That is awesome. Just like that. This is the problem, guys. Well, depending on what you think the problem is, I guess knocking over the target, not a problem. A little bit of extra exercise with your MP5 that's super safe. You're gonna be knocking over targets. It's part of the deal. All right, so I know not everyone's gonna have a suppressor on their MP5, so I figured let's just see how it cycles suppressed versus unsuppressed, where you got the tri-lug flash hider on here that came with it. Let's see how this thing does unsuppressed on super safe mode. See if we can tell the difference between the cyclic rate here. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh baby, that's awesome. All right, now we're gonna thread on our Resilient RS9. A little shout out, I wanna give Moonlight Industries. They made this rig, it's awesome. It's the PSR rig. It's a SMG rig. It's really sick. It's a Finish MO5, my favorite camo. Moonlight Industries makes great slings, great chest rigs. You can use code PSR for 10% off your order too. It's pretty sweet for MP5 mags, not gonna lie. Let's see how she does suppressed. That was a really nice cyclic rate, honestly. All right, we got the Supersonic with the KCI in here. All right. Let's get her shit. That definitely felt a little bit faster. We can watch on the video, but that definitely seemed faster with the suppressor on it, which makes a lot more sense, more back pressure. I think this is awesome. The Geisley, it's so sick in an MP5. Oh, dick. All right, well, that is a day of shooting super safe MP5s. And not only super safe, but super safe with the Geisley trigger inside. I believe this is the SSAE trigger, which is one of my favorite Geisley triggers, and to have this in an MP5 is honestly amazing. It's such a light recoiling gun. The K model is really nice because it's nice and compact. We did have some feeding issues, not with our Igman, but with our Cellar and Bellet, the 150 grain stuff that's got the kind of flatter nose to it. And I think that's more of an ammo issue than the gun issue. We did have to clean these midway through, they were just extremely dirty. We probably ran 600 or 700 rounds through these today. The only hiccup was just needing to clean the guns. You're shooting suppressed, shooting a roller gun, it's gonna get a little gummed up. But as far as this AS Designs lower goes, this thing is awesome. The fact that you can get it with the Geisley just all put together, ready to go. MP5's so much fun to shoot, guys. And when you got the super safety, it's just something beautiful about it. The original creator of the Super Safety, obviously Hoffman Tactical. Huge shout out to Hoffman Tactical for creating this invention. Just one of the coolest 2A, whatever you want to call it, gun related inventions in the last 20 years probably, and we owe it to Tim Hoffman for that, and he gave it to us for free 99. Huge shout out to Hoffman Tactical. MP5K was awesome, but this setup with our bigger MP5 was also awesome. The Lee Sporting lower is great. The normal ejector ran great. The trip from Z3 Productions did great. Super flat shooting with the suppressor on it. Our Mojave 9 did awesome. I didn't take the baffle out, but did run subsonics just a little bit better, but it still ran into hiccups. Bet if it was the round nose stuff, the 147, grain standard subsonic 9, it'd probably be fine. Everything on this gun, I think this is the final iteration of it. Some people don't like it, but I love it. We're gonna do a little dual wield to end the video. Thanks for watching another episode of PSR. You can always support me on Patreon. Love that, but just a like and subscribe always helps. The algorithm loves these flower planting videos. And as a finale, we're gonna just go super safe mode on both of these things. Dual wield them. Let's go. Thanks for watching another episode of PSR. Let's do it. Here I am making all sorts of sounds as I'm picking the flowers. I got a mouth breathing problem. Should hear me snore. Oh, dick.